La la la, look at me. I love science and experiments and all that bullshit. Whoa, 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 what? What's this? Experiments proving astral projection is real? So this is a video from The Universe Inside You, which is a New World spirituality channel, which is trying to prove astral projection with scientific evidence.
Astral projection is a conscious out-of-body experience that assumes the existence of consciousness, or soul, called astral body.
Alright, sounds interesting, if you can prove it.
The belief of astral projection as a real phenomenon, and not a fabrication of the mind, can even be supported by quantum physics.
What?
Since, as quantum physics suggests, everything is energy and we are all connected.
Okay, so that might be true according to our current understandings of quantum mechanics. That mass and energy are linked, and quantum field theory shows that things are linked as well. But there is a huge jump to assume that this proves astral travel or any sort of spiritual claim you have there.
During an astral projection, you can do absolutely everything you desire. Flying over the world, visiting friends and observing them, going back in time, communicating with higher frequency beings, and even having astral sex. Here are some of the best ways to practice astral projection. Monroe Technique. The Monroe Technique requires you to relax mentally and physically. You have to enter the half-sleep or hypnagogic state. Focus on mental sensation instead of physical sensation to deepen this state. Take note of the presence of vibration in your surroundings and
Nice cash grab you got there.
relax in the presence of this vibration. This will help you to gently jiggle your consciousness out of your physical body.
Jiggling, you say?
Rope Technique.
Oh no, that took a dark turn. I mean, if you ever feel that...
The rope technique requires you to relax your physical body by picturing each muscle. From this form of relaxation, you have to enter a vibrational state. Think of a rope dangling above you, and use your astral body to hold on to the rope with both hands.
Oh, good. Oh.
Start to climb the rope while imagining reaching the ceiling above you. Once you're aware of the exit of your physical body, you can explore the astral plane. Hammock Technique. The hammock technique is not only a good relaxation exercise, but also an easy way to perform astral projection, as it's based on simple relaxation and breathing techniques. Imagine yourself resting in a hammock as it sways from side to side. Allow your body to fall asleep, but try to keep your mind awake. Continue this process until you can feel the vibrations, which are the main signs of the beginning of astral projection.
Or having a stroke.
When you start to feel tingles, rapid heart rate, vibrations, and buzzing all over your body, you're just seconds from separating your astral body from your physical body.
Or having some sort of brain failure.
Evidence and experiments of astral projection as a real phenomenon.
Finally, what I came here for.
Miss Z. In 1966, Dr. Charles Theodore Tart invited a young astral projector known as Miss Z to join a series of experiments in the sleep lab of the University of California, Davis. The experiment lasted 4 days, wherein the projector tried to exit her physical body while being connected to different devices that evaluated her physiological conditions. It was done to identify a quasi-randomly produced 5-digit number placed about 1.5 meters above her head. According to Miss Z, from Monday to Wednesday, she saw the clock while drifting out of her body. The devices displayed strange brainwave patterns during the times she stated. There was also no rapid eye movements observed. The projector recognized the target number on Wednesday night. The number was 25132.
So the experiment happened as told, where the guy was monitoring the experiment in the next room. But what they failed to tell you is that he would occasionally fall asleep. It wasn't ruled out that it was possible she got those numbers from ordinary senses. Now, this magician, Milburn Christopher, says that she could have stuck in a mirror because she wasn't searched when she got in there, and that mirror could be used to see the reflection of the numbers. On a clock, the numbers were reflected off. I mean, this was a very bad experiment. The controls were not taken, there was no video camera, and of course the guy was asleep. Also, if, say, Miss Z were to climb up and read those numbers, there would have been some sort of readings given on the machines, which there was.
Stuart Harary. In 1977, Duke University's Stuart Harary and Robert Lowell Morris performed an inventive experiment. Harary stayed in University of California, Santa Barbara, and his body was connected to a series of physiological devices. The experiment's goal was to visit his 2-month-old cat, Spirit, who was held in a cage and monitored by sensors at Duke University. They observed the sharp behavioral difference when Harary was astral projecting and near his cat. Spirit became calm and passive, as if it was feeling or seeing Harary. When Harary was not astral projecting, Spirit meowed 37 times and continuously tried to escape from the cage.
So this experiment is from the 1970s, which does affect its credibility, but let's say it's pretty accurate, right? There were multiple factors which could have affected the cat's agitation level, and it was noted that the base level of agitation that the cat was at kind of decreased as time went forward, and this is obviously because the cat got more accustomed to being in a cage. And the only person who claimed that Harry was astral projecting or was having like an out-of-body experience was him himself. And also the person running the experiment, Robert Morris, later became more skeptical of these things, and many of his animal experiments have been debunked. I mean, he also retracted some of his claims he had.
Robert Allen Monroe. Dr. Charles Theodore Tart studied Robert Allen Monroe between 1965 and 1966 in the Electroencephalographical Laboratory of the University of Virginia's School of Medicine. ECG, EOG, and EEG were used during the experiment. Monroe had to read a quasi-randomly created 5-digit number on a shelf positioned 2 meters above the floor. He wasn't successful during the first 7 nights. Monroe had 2 fleeting lateral projections on the 8th night of experiment. On the first lateral projection, he saw some strangers talking at an unidentified place at a distance. This couldn't be verified. However, on the second lateral projection, he correctly described the woman technician and the man who were just outside the room. The experiment discovered that his ocular movements were slower than in normal sleep. They observed the stage 1 brainwave pattern almost immediately after Monroe slept. This stage usually happens after 80 to 90 minutes of sleep without any dreams, so the event was extremely rare.
So this experiment was done again by Charles Tart, who was in the Miss Z experiment in the 1960s, which again, credibility. And also Monroe became very successful in this type of stuff. I mean, not saying that just because he makes a lot of money out of this stuff that he's untrustworthy, but it does make me skeptical. And also, to get into stage 1 sleep, it's found to be 7 minutes to fall asleep.
Projective Field. Projective Field, an experimental research project that focuses on OBE, brings dozens of individuals who practice astral projection together for a weekend of 8 OBE attempts. Projective Field is led by Nancy Trivolato and Wagner Allegretti. The research will be completed once enough data is accumulated and a desirable number of out-of-body experiences allow them to make conclusive results. More research is needed regarding astral projection.
So projective field is an experiment designed to find out about the science of out-of-body experiences, which is not exactly the same as astral projections. And this experiment does look like it's aiming to do stuff, but you can't really use it as evidence because nothing has been found so far.
Using astral projection to develop psychic abilities.
Why was this not at the start? You didn't tell me I could be Professor X.
People have innate psychic abilities, and you can develop them if you want to. There are various ways to develop dormant psychic abilities, and almost all of them require your willingness to exert effort. Conscious astral projection is one of these methods. Astral projection happens to each of us when we sleep at night.
What the do you not see this? This is some lady that has been like photoshopped onto the Sombrero Galaxy.
Learning astral projection may not be easy, but don't give up. If you fail on your first try, just do it again. Try and try until you succeed.
So that was a load of bullshit, posing to be scientific. But that's not what I'm most disappointed about. They promised me that I could have astral sex and never told me how.